They were always there. In the room, in the house, but somehow never with you. Not every scar comes from what they did. Some come from what they never gave. They just stay, long after childhood ends. You had food. You had a home. Maybe even toys and birthday cakes. But something was always missing. Something no one could see. So you stopped talking about it. Because how do you explain the pain of being unseen by someone who's right there? Only moments that should have mattered passed by unnoticed. Report cards, first heartbreaks, even birthdays, present but disconnected. You learn not to ask for attention, not because you didn't need it, but because you knew you wouldn't get it. So you adapted. You got quieter, easier. Neglect changes the brain. As a child, when your emotional needs are ignored, your brain rewires to protect you. You stop expecting presence. You start tolerating emptiness. Your nervous system learns a lesson that emotional safety is unreliable. You confuse distance with peace, and it becomes your baseline. So you stop reaching out. You detach from your own needs, and over time, emotional absence starts to feel normal, even comforting. You call it independence. It feels normal. It's programming. And now, years later, you wonder why you keep chasing people who won't choose you, why you settle for attention crumbs, why love feels more like a performance than a place to rest. Because your brain was trained to expect almost love. Just enough to keep you hoping, not enough to feel safe. You convince yourself it's love because it mirrors what you knew. You overfunction in relationships, hoping your effort will earn the care you never got. But it doesn't. Because you're not looking for connection. You're looking for familiarity. You assume your needs are too much, so you shrink them. You become hyper-aware of being a burden. You hesitate to ask. You minimize your feelings. You believe you're unlovable, so you keep picking situations that prove it. You might even sabotage closeness, not because you don't want it, but because deep down, you believe it won't last. Emotional neglect shapes how you interpret the world. That lens didn't start with you, but you still live behind it. This isn't about blaming your parents. This is about finally acknowledging your experience. Because unspoken pain becomes unconscious patterns. And patterns don't heal unless they're interrupted. That love was conditional. That presence wasn't connection. That you didn't imagine the loneliness. You don't need to forgive them today. You don't even need to understand them. You just need to understand what it did to you. No, you weren't difficult to love. You just learned love had limits. You were just trained to accept emotional absence and call it home. Not all wounds bleed. Some just echo. In the way you flinch at kindness and trust abandonment more than attention. The wound was silence, and silence still follows you until you learn to speak for the child who couldn't. And that's a wrap, my dear friends. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, stay awesome.